Welcome to Career Conversations. This is the series of interviews with professionals and educators that introduces students to various career paths. Today, we are going to discuss sports science as a career path with Jispa Doshi. So Jispa is a kinesiology student and she is in her first year and studying at the University of British Columbia. And she has also been a national level swimmer for India. Welcome Jispa, welcome to Career Conversations.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so let's get started. So Jispa, first of all, then what is sports science? Or you have also said, what is this kinesiology field?
So sports science is what it's called in countries such as UK, India, and Australia. And it goes by the same name of kinesiology in North America and the Western side of the world. It's basically the study of human body movements. So whether it be dance or, traditional sports such as football or swimming, every movement of your body is considered a part and subset of kinesiology. And basically that's what I study. I study the human body in different contexts and different relationships with the environment.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So can you just walk us through your journey, how you have been into this field?
So I am in the first year of my Bachelor's of Kinesiology degree here at the University of British Columbia. My journey started in high school, where in 8th grade we had to choose from a different set of subjects. And the subject that I chose was physical education, or PE. And I found that really interesting. So I continued that in my IGCSE for 9th and 10th grade. And then I did the IB program in the 11th and 12th grade, for which I also took sports science as one of my standard level subjects. And that's actually where my interest peaked from. And I just observe people like my physiotherapists, my doctors, my sports science teachers, my swim coaches, and how they analyze the human body in their own respective fields in different contexts and settings. And I thought that was a really interesting thing to explore. And that's why I decided to study kinesiology here in Canada.
Wonderful. I mean, that's great. And it's very different career path. Most of us, I think they're not aware about this field. And that's great that you are already pursuing this. Okay. So when did you decide you want to pursue this as a career path?
So actually, I think the decision came towards the end of my 10th grade, maybe in the 11th grade, when I had to start actually looking for options for my further studies after high school. So I began researching, and I found that the best way to integrate my love and interest for sport, being an athlete in India, and my love for science was kinesiology and sports science. So in the 11th grade, when I had to choose universities and colleges to apply to, that's when I decided that, yeah, I want to study sports science.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So was there any influence while making this decision? Did you get any inspiration from someone? Did you have anyone who has already been in this field in your friend circle or in family? Or...
Actually, I'm the first person in my immediate circle who is opting to study this field. As you mentioned, it's really unique, and not many people are aware about it, aware that that is actually a viable career option. But I have seen people like my coaches in swimming and my whole support system when I was an athlete. So my physiotherapists, my doctors, and basically everyone who sort of analyzed. Yeah, exactly.
So all these coming across with these many people that made you decide to go into
exactly. Yes.
Great. So have you done any specific course? So you said like IB but no other external courses, right?
No.
Okay. So what type of opportunities are there in this field?
So sports science is an umbrella term that can consist of a lot of different components. So you can obviously be a sports scientist where you do research in the field of sport. And for example, you can test out different products or new technologies, or you can go the complete opposite way and get into medicine, the field of medicine. You can do sports surgery, or you can do psychology, analytics, marketing. The opportunities are in fact like endless. You can take sport in relation to almost any field and you have a career path for yourself.
Wow, so there are many opportunities then in that sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, yeah, okay. So what are the different levels? I mean, once a sports scientist, are there different levels to be there with an experience? Are you aware of
So
this?
I'm currently doing a bachelor's of kinesiology, after which I will be eligible to become a kinesiologist here in Canada. But if I want to go further and choose different paths, maybe I can do a master's in something else, like whatever I want to specialize in. So with the base of being eligible to be a kinesiologist, I can take that further into whatever field I want. So if I want to get into finance and sport, then I can, do that specific commerce route as my master's, or I can get into med school or do psychology as as an accompaniment for my bachelor's degree.
Okay, got it. So, do you have any comments on the future opportunities that will be there for this field?
Yeah, I think the future opportunities are honestly, there's a lot, because more and more movements of the body are being recognized as sport. For example, up until very recently, dance was not considered a mainstream sport, or a thing that actually uses a lot of muscles in your body. But with the introduction of new and different sports, I think the opportunities for research are endless. But also with technology and things like artificial intelligence coming in, there are so many things that can be done. For example, the very rules and boundaries of sports are being changed with new technologies and ways of improving your body and a human's core peak performance. So with that dynamic nature of sports science, I think the future is honestly, the sky's the limit.
Wow, wonderful. Okay, so what would be your advice for the juniors who are like just doing their high schools? So what kind of advice would you give to those students?
I'd just say pick something that you're genuinely passionate about, because if you seriously have a passion in a particular field, then you will enjoy doing it. So I had my background as an athlete, so I do enjoy what I study. That being said, I would ask people to be thorough with their research as to what they want to do, because oftentimes what they believe a field contains, whereas in reality the paths to actually attaining the end goal can be very different to what you actually think it is. So I think doing thorough research in the process of getting where you want to be is as important as knowing your end goal itself.
Right, correct. So, so what is the most amazing thing that you love being in this field?
So I think the most amazing thing is that it's constantly changing. What is true one day can be falsified another day by just another study, and there are so many opportunities and so many things that you can do with it. So no matter what your interest is, you can always link it to sport, whether you like commerce or arts, or maybe you're interested in nutrition or psychology or analytics. You can relate almost every part of your day-to-day life with kinesiology and sport, and there is a beautiful field of research in all those different aspects as well. And with technology constantly changing our perceptions and pushing our boundaries further and further, I think the boundaries of sports science and kinesiology as a field of research and a topic of discussion, it keeps changing. So I think that is also really beautiful as well.
Wow. So, okay, that's great. I mean, that's a great advice for the high schoolers, and I think they should note that. I mean, doing thorough research is really very important for going to any other field, not just sports science, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, towards the last question, we are like, what type of resources are available right now? There are a lot of resources out there online. And since last 2 years, everyone has gone online and doing so many courses. So are there any typical resources available for the beginners who can just go there and learn about this field?
So the most obvious one that people would think is to basically look at research papers and go online and look at different articles that describe what exactly sports science is, and testimonies from experts in the field. But I think there are also many subtle, more stereotypically fun ways to research more about those fields. And I think that is really important to follow. For example, something that I did was follow my professors and my faculty members on social media, such as Twitter and Instagram, where they keep updating their day-to-day life. So you not only see the kind of research and the fields and opportunities that people get into, but also what their day-to-day life looks like, and maybe it's something that interests you or something that doesn't interest you. And I think there's a lot to learn by looking at your superiors in the field itself. Also, another thing that may not be as conventional is watching TV shows that highlight certain aspects of sports science. So for example, there are shows such as All or Nothing or Drive to Survive that highlight. They may not give you a full picture of what it is like to be in the industry, but it gives you tiny pieces of the huge jigsaw puzzle that is studying sports science and kinesiology. And I think those little pieces will help build your understanding of what exactly this field entails. And I think that's really important. Also, one last thing that I personally did was go and check out some Coursera courses by reputed universities. So that gives you a clear idea as to what the university studies in terms of sports science, but also it gives you an idea of what you can potentially do in the field as well.
Oh, that's. I mean, the list was amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty endless.
Yeah, it's endless, and I think whatever you have mentioned, that I think we should all note them. Okay. Okay, Jispa, so that was really nice talking to you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Yeah.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching this conversation. Hope you find this conversation helpful and interesting to understand sports science as a potential career path. And if you like this video, please like, share, and comment. And to watch more such conversations in the future, please subscribe to our channel mysphere.net on YouTube. Thank you so much.